Welcome to Exploring with D-Rob. Let's go. As you pull into Camp Blanton, you'll find a small gravel parking area. This is for hikers. You'll park here next to the office buildings. Got a little kiosk area here. You got a map and a sign-in sheet. From here, I'm going to head up to the Camp Blanton access road. I'm going to follow it around for roughly a half a mile under the trail. Signage here at the trailhead gives you an idea of how far the hikes are. It's got Watts Creek at an hour and a half, Sand Cave at 5 hours, and Knobby Rock at 3 hours. Each time of the year, pretty much each season there, you got different times if the trail closes. And looks like right now would be 8 p.m. May 18th. From parking for roughly the first half mile, you want to follow the Camp Blanton access road around to the back of the camp. That's where we'll find the trail. Even though it is a little bit of a road walk, still got a nice view of the pond at Camp Blanton. And it's shaded. That's a plus as well. Come down to the end of the road, straight ahead you'll see the pool at Camp Blanton. As you look to your left, find the trailhead, marked Blanton Forest Trail. You'll see the blue marker. That's the Watts Creek Trail emblem. It'll be blue. We'll work around till you get to the Knobby Rock loop, looking for the red markers. Not very far into the trail, come to an unnamed drainage. Got a small bridge to help you across. Down in Harlan County today, down at Blanton Forest State Nature Preserve. Trying to cloud up a little bit on me. Hopefully there'll be a little sky interest. We'll check out Knobby Rock. As you come away from Camp Blanton, get a nice woodland walk here. A lot of ferns and greenery showing up as we're getting into the middle of May. Also getting into a lot of spider webs. The joys of being the first on trail. If you visit here, just a reminder, it's in Harlan County. That's pretty much bear country. Ain't a bad idea to carry some bear spray with you. At approximately 3/4 of a mile in, come to this signage. It gives you an arrow to the left saying Knobby Rock Loop, and an arrow going straight forward, which is the Watts Creek Trail. We're going to make a left on the Knobby Rock Loop, head up this way. And as you'll see on the first large tree here on the right, Got a red marker. That'll be the markings you'll follow for the Knobby Rock loop. Keep in mind, we're down here in mountain country. It's a pretty good elevation change headed up to Knobby Rock. So just know your limits and pace yourself. On this half of the loop, most of the way up, we'll follow a drainage. Here's the first time we come to a stream crossing. You got a nice little bridge. It's a nice little area. The water coming down off the hill. As you come up the hill, you'll notice some very large oak and hemlocks. There's some nice old growth in this nature preserve. I would say these trails are pretty well maintained, but once I got to some down trees, kind of changed my mind a little bit. If you're ever out hiking anywhere, you run across these trees that have the pink spray paint at the base. That's hemlocks that have been treated for woolly aglids. And for a couple minutes, the trail goes away from the drainage that you've been following uphill. About halfway up the hill, you come back down to the drainage. Here we have a crossing. Not a whole lot of water on here. Plenty of rocks to work your way across and up the other side. As the trail continues to work uphill, kind of starts heading to the right away from the drainage a little bit. If you look up to your right, you'll see a large cliff line. That's the side of Knobby Rock. At just under 1.5 miles, we come to the next trail junction. If you was to stay straight, which would be to the left, go past this large rock, continue following the trail up the hill, you would make a longer loop around by Sand Cave, which is not to be confused with the one at Cumberland Gap National Park. That's a really big cave. The Sand Cave here is just more or less a really big rock shelter. It is kind of nice. Unfortunately, last time I was here, it did have some spray paint on it. I think I have some pictures from my previous visit here when I went that route. As you work your way back down the other side of the hill from there, there's some big boulders. That area is called the Maze. That's kind of neat. I'll also post that if I can find my pictures from my previous visit. Right now, headed to check out Knobby Rock. So we're going to make this right and make this short trail over to the base of Knobby Rock. You know it, my little orange friend came out to see me. Hi, little buddy. As I mentioned earlier, the Knobby Rock Loop Trail has these red markers. If you were to follow on up the hill towards the Sand Cave and the Maze, those markers would be yellow. As you make your way here to the cliff line, there'll be a set of stairs up to the right. You see the red trail marker. Gonna take us up on the Knobby Rock. If you do the loop on up to Sand Cave and the maze, see the yellow marker there? This is where the trail comes back down the hill. Let's go check out Knobby Rock. For those who enjoy stairs or was wondering, 54 stairs. As we reach Knobby Rock, as we get ready to come out on top, you get to come up through some boulders, some tree roots. Nothing too hard. A little back and forth, switching back. And starting to open up a little bit. Accidentally bumped my button, so I missed a few seconds. Continues to open up. And you come out at the top of Knobby Rock. And as you see by the texture of the rock, that's how it got its name. Pretty excited to see the Catawba rhodos in bloom as well. Approximately 1.6 miles from parking to Knobby Rock. This guy's got a little texture. Hopefully I can come away with a few images that I like. Set up, do a little photography. Keep in mind, while at Knobby Rock, while this is a spectacular view, it can be dangerous. A lot of steep, sheer drop-offs could result in death or injury. So just be careful if you're up here around the edges of Knobby Rock. Mentioned earlier the Catawba rhododendron. You'll want to work your way down Knobby Rock. Where those rhododendrons are is where the trail cuts back into the woods. come down off of Knobby Rock, past the Catawba rhododendron, you'll see a sign that points towards the parking lot. And we'll take this loop back down towards Camp Blanton. Also, if you look just past the rhodo here, between the rhodo and the sign, see a few mountain laurel in bloom. One last look back up Knobby Rock. As you follow the loop trail back down from Knobby Rock, comes through a fairly open mixed woods, mostly hardwood looks like though so far. About halfway down the hill, looks like we're starting into our first switchback. As you start through the switchback, comes over into a little thicker woods. Mostly it looks like mountain laurel. In warmer months, plenty of spider webs through here. Feel like I'm wearing a silk mask already. After coming through the switchbacks, start back into some open woods. Come out towards this narrow ridge end. Kind of comes up to a knoll. And we start back downhill again. The trails here are well marked. Just remember, as you're doing the Knobby Rock loop, as long as you keep seeing these red markers, you're on the right trail. As you start to get back close to the base of the hill, I'll go over to the right through there. See the other part of the loop where we started up at. As you come to the base of the hill, come to the next intersection. See a sign straight ahead here. It says parking lot to the right. See this signage to the left, pointing back up to the loop trail we just came down. And straight ahead would be the Watts Creek Trail. And if you look just down here, the Watts Creek Trail are labeled with blue markers. Due to time, just doing the Knobby Rock loop today. Going to head on back to the parking lot. Should be roughly 3/4 of a mile. From Knobby Rock back down to the Watts Creek Trail is right at 7/10 of a mile. As I make my way back down to parking, the Knobby Rock loop out and back from parking is 3 1/10 of a mile. So not a bad little loop. I'll check the elevation here in just a minute. It ain't real crazy elevation, but still enough to get your legs a good workout. Only 700 feet of elevation gain, so that wasn't too bad. I'd say if you go on up to Sand Cave, it's more like 1100 probably. It's a pretty good hill if you go all the way to the top. Hope you enjoyed today's adventure. If you would, help me out with that YouTube algorithm. Give me a like, subscribe if you like the content of my channel. Leave a comment if you ever have any questions. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching.